guys, Sandy Ingram here. Welcome. This video summarizes the VND investment for the year 2025. But first, as you know, I am on extended vacation, and in each country that I visit, I purchase the currency as an investment. This is my way of making travel tax deductible because I do report back to you on the currency value and strengths against the US dollar. On most days, when I wake up, my assets are higher than the day before because at least one of the currency values has increased against the US dollar. Sure, I could do this using the Forex market, but it is a lot more exciting to actually travel to a country and to experience the exchange rate in real time as if I'm day trading. When you are retired, you can do that. As far as investing goes, the channel invests in micro real estate loans in which we are paid 8% to 10% on small micro loans. So far, there has been no defaults in any of the loans, late payments, but no defaults. The channel also invests in gold, silver, and ground floor. Well, ground floor is just what I explained to you, the micro lending. The channel has done excellent with gold and is doing very, very well with silver. You can find the links to these investments in the description. But better yet, join the channel's membership because there are over 100 videos on demand that explain to you different small, micro, low-cost investments that you do every month, a little bit each month. And before you know it, it grows and grows to a larger profit margin. You can learn about all these little different investments and how to lower your taxes and increase your assets on the channel's membership. The link is in the description. But for now, let's take a look and a listen at the channel's voiceover on the summary for the VND for the year of 2025 and what we could possibly expect in the coming year 2026.
As of late December 2025, this week, the Vietnamese dong has been weaker versus the US dollar than it was a year ago. Market pricing shows USD VND around 26,291 on December 26, 2025, meaning it takes more dong to buy $1 than in 2024. Put simply, 2025 has been a year of depreciation for the dong against the dollar, even though the pace can look managed day to day, because Vietnam runs an administered framework where the State Bank of Vietnam, SBV, sets a daily reference rate and allows a trading band around it. Why did this happen? The biggest drivers tend to be the same in most emerging market FX stories: the interest rate gap versus the US, global risk sentiment, and trade investment flows. The IMF noted the dong depreciated about 5% in 2024 amid outflows and reserve decline. In 2025, Vietnam's outlook has been shaped by export cycle uncertainty and trade policy noise, which affects dollar inflows from exports, while policymakers have also been balancing growth support with inflation to credit vigilance, conditions that can keep a currency from strengthening quickly. Now for the encouraging news. A stronger VND, i.e., USD VND moving lower, typically becomes more likely when US rates fall and the dollar broadly softens, and/or when Vietnam builds a wider cushion of foreign currency inflows, trade surplus, tourism, remittances, and steady FDI. Vietnam still has major growth engines, manufacturing, supply chain investment, and public investment ambitions, and institutions like the World Bank continue to project solid growth into 2026, helpful fundamentals for confidence over time, even if FX doesn't move in a straight line, as reported by the World Bank. That said, most mainstream bank-style forecasts published recently are not calling for a near-term surge in the dong. For example, UOB has projected USD VND around 26,300 in early 2026, which would imply the dong stays soft rather than sharply appreciating. So the most realistic bull case for VND strength is usually gradual, if 1. US rates drift lower, 2. Vietnam's external balance stays healthy, and 3. Reserves, financial stability improve. You can get a slow grind toward a firmer currency, rather than a sudden revaluation-style move. The practical takeaway for VND watchers is this: the long-term backdrop can be supportive, but the near-term path is likely to be choppy and policy-managed, with appreciation more likely to show up as a steady trend when conditions align, not as a one-time jump, according to the IMF. Always remember that you can trade the VND on the Forex market, a luxury that we don't yet have with the IQD. Bottom line: hold, do not sell.